Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's Tuesday, the 23rd, November, quickly winding down. Thanksgiving, you could say now, hours away. Several, but nevertheless, hours away. I do want to say I still feel like I'm walking on eggshells just a bit, but everything has been operational today. The computer has not argued back whatsoever, and for that I am thankful. Last night's program, the first few moments of it, I know there was audio issues on Foothills' feed. I apologize for that. So just to kind of summarize my opening remarks, computer issues that I had a couple of weeks ago, thought to have been corrected, resurfaced Thursday evening, Friday of last week, and my weekend was spent either in Apple's presence in the Apple store on numerous occasions, or many, many hours on the phone with their technical support. And I went all the way up the chain in regards to who I was getting support from. And we isolated the issue, but still kind of unknown. But we were kind of working around it until they can get me a fix from one of their engineers, which is coming. And I'm just again thankful to be back, and my apologies for that. So keep that in mind. And keep in mind is I also want to remind everyone that anytime that the program runs over 30 minutes, on a somewhat separate note, I always advise to watch channel 62 on Howard's cable. The definition, the picture quality is different than it is on 7, and I'm able to push closer to a high definition video to them there. Not quite, but by the time it reaches there, closer. And I don't have a timetable there where, of course, the show can last if it starts a bit late or if it runs over because we've got a lot of news. It will play in its entirety on channel 62. And I think that's enough housekeeping there to start the show. We'll talk about another cold front still coming around Thanksgiving. Still a good chance of seeing a few flakes before Thanksgiving is officially over. Talk about that, your Black Friday and weekend forecast, whether you're shopping or resting. We will as well cover the City Council. City Council members served with a complaint from former Councilman Colin Ray Jackson. I'll wrap up meeting coverage with the update on that. I've got candidate filings, I've got Board of Education coverage, your COVID update, and much more. I had a report for yesterday's program, but just back in and with still a few bugs to work out, I just kind of had to cut things short. But we learned yesterday morning, actually, early yesterday at least, that the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center had 3 separate incidents that took place yesterday morning involving a total of 7 inmates who all were said to have overdosed in the jail. Administrator Byron Hansford told the Independent and my editor Heather Oney that the incidents all occurred in the same cell involving inmates that had not been in the jail more than 5 or 6 days. He says that they put them in detox, they then had them in a step-down cell before going into general population, and then it's in that step-down cell where the events took place. The staff were doing their rounds and got to them quickly, he says, thankfully, because it was around 4 o'clock Wednesday morning. The staff found 2 males unresponsive and another man that had licked the paper with a residue of whatever the 2 others had taken prior to collapsing. All 3 were treated with Narcan and sent to the hospital, while staff continued to scour the cell. They didn't turn up anything else. And a couple of hours later, 2 more inmates overdosed. They were sent to the hospital. The cell was searched again and still nothing found. A couple of hours later, 2 more collapsed. The inmates were sent to the hospital, and everything in the cell was taken out, searched, cleaned, and the cell was pressure washed. In total, Big Sandy Regional Jail administered 18 doses of Narcan to these inmates. All inmates affected were checked out of the hospital by yesterday afternoon. 4 of the 7 were back in jail, with all expected to make full recoveries. At this point, Hanford says we really don't know why. When he asked what about the substance and how it was and to have entered the jail, he says we've been told it was heroin laced with fentanyl, which it sounds like, but they have not been able to confirm that. They think it came in with an inmate, but that is all under investigation. Hanford also tells the Independent, as I'll have more in the paper tomorrow, my editor will, that they were given a name as to who brought that in, possibly, but nothing has been confirmed. No charges were filed as of earlier today, but an update again in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Just a couple of candidate filings to add through the list here in Magoffin County, and we'll start doing this on a weekly basis, I'm sure, but it's been about a week or so since I updated you. So real quickly, for Secretary of State, U.S. Senator Charles Booker, a Democrat out of Louisville, has filed. And State Senator, District 30, which does include Magoffin County, Terry Salyer, a Democrat from Sagersville, has filed to run for the seat that Brandon Smith currently holds. Smith nor anyone else has filed for that position as of yet. In the Court of Appeals, 2nd District, 7th District, 2nd Division, Larry Thompson of Pikeville. District Judge Dennis Prater has filed for re-election in the 36th District. U.S. House of Representatives, I think I told you, Hal Rogers, Gerardo Serrano, and Rich Van Dam, all Republicans. State Representative in the 92nd District, John Blanton of Sagersville, so far has filed, of course, a Republican. Kim Childers. Judgment that the remarks made by him, as outlined, did not constitute misconduct in the performance of his office, and that his removal as a duly elected Sagersville City Council member was illegal for those reasons. It is asking that he be reinstated. Coney Sambo Brown and Neil Adams, all Republicans, and David Neil Howard, Ray McCarty, and Timothy Watkins, all Democrats. Sagersville City Council coverage is next. A special session last evening, primarily held, said the mayor, as I understand, to try to get a resolution voted on and approved for the city to use American Relief Plan funds, ARPA money, for premium pay, which will go to city employees in the same fashion as it is to county employees of Magoffin.
Premium pay for those that work during the pandemic and are still working during the pandemic for city workers. The county's already passed a resolution to give county workers some money, and that's out of that $214,000. And I kind of copied their resolution, and it has to be passed for us to give. I think they're going to give their employees $1,000 and then another $1,000 in a couple of months or something like that. I haven't talked to Matthew to see, but I'm going to do whatever the county does. If you all agree to this resolution, we'll do what they do with that money. And that will be all city employees, road workers, police and fire, and administrative.
Mayor Shepherd also discussed the upcoming Christmas parade and hometown Christmas celebration. Be here before you know it, Saturday the 4th. And the parade, he wants to remind everyone, open up to anyone who wants to put some lights or something colorful on something and drive, ride, or walk through. Doesn't matter. They'll meet at Logan Corporation and at the Magoffin County Funeral Home and line up as always. The parade will start at 6 o'clock. As for after the parade, we didn't get to have one last year. We're getting to have one this year, but we'll have to have it without Santa giving out gifts to the kids afterward. However, the city is making some provisions with a big toy drive that will start next Monday.
We will not be giving toys with Santa Claus because of the COVID. We have to get so many people over there, so we will not be giving toys out to the kids. What we've decided to do, and I've talked to a few and talked to Paul and Jerry, is we're going to have a toy drive, and we're going to kind of name it Every Child Smiles on Christmas Day, and we're going to let the parents come and pick out a toy for their kids to put on the Christmas tree. We get the donations. We'll be putting out the big black trash cans with toys on it throughout the city, and you can just drop it. We want new toys. We don't want used toys. If you want to drop a toy, please buy a toy. If any of the business want to donate and let us buy the toys, we can do that too. But we'll be notifying everybody, and hopefully we'll have a whole lot of toys, and the parents can come, like I say, on a certain day, and they'll be able to pick the toys up at the fire department. We'll make sure that social distance, all that, they can come in, get their toys and leave. But we want to make sure every child has a toy on Christmas Day.
That toy drive, again, starts Monday, goes all the way through the 14th of December. They're going to be putting out big collection barrels, cans, throughout the city of Sagersville, and a few other locations, and I'll give you that list of locations when they get it together. And you'll be able to drop off new toys, and it's that simple at all those areas for all those days. They, of course, will be emptying those bins daily. Then they're going to have them available, as you heard, at Sagersville City Hall, or specifically the fire department, for families to come and pick up some gifts for the kids. Pretty cool idea. We hope you can help support the cause, and I will certainly remind you about it next week. The council then, after a few other words, went into executive session before adjourning. I can only presume that the council went into executive session to discuss pending litigation, that being papers for which all council members were served. A complaint filed on behalf of former Councilman Colin Ray Jackson. The subject of the 2 vacancies left behind on the Sagersville City Council was not taken up during last night's meeting. It's my understanding, per remarks by Mayor Shepard, that they intend on taking that up during the next regular meeting, which will be in a couple of weeks from now. Regardless, I have a copy of the complaint that Shepard and all remaining 4 members of the Sagersville City Council received. It is a complaint, and essentially saying and recognizing that the racial slur, the comment that was made by Colin Ray Jackson himself, did indeed happen during a meeting, that the entire process happened, and that the racially offensive comment led to the proceedings, the removal proceedings. We chronicled all of that, and noting that the appropriate statute that governs the removal of elected officers, as was quoted and used by the city for his ouster, was KRS 83A.040, which says, as has been read here on the program via the mayor and the council and the city attorney more precisely, that any elected officer, in case of misconduct, incapacity, or willful neglect in the performance of the duties of his office, may be removed from office by unanimous vote of the members of that legislative body. But Jackson is arguing that nowhere in that statute, as was discussed during the proceedings, is there a definition of the term misconduct for which he was charged. Jackson, recognizing in his complaint that his remark was crude, off-color, and racial. However, it does not rise to the scope of any crime, fraud, incapacity, or failure to properly perform his duties. The plaintiff, Jackson, is asking through this complaint that Judge Kim Childers, who will preside over the case, we presume, declare judgment that the remarks made by him, as outlined, did not constitute misconduct in the performance of his office, and that his removal as a duly elected Sagersville City Council member was illegal for those reasons. It is asking that he be reinstated to the council, his cost therein expended being reimbursed, and a reasonable attorney fee as well, and any other relief to which he is justly or properly entitled. We don't have no court date set in the matter as of now. Keep you up to date, and I'll be right back. Get the best deals on Christmas and other home decor and gifts on the biggest shopping weekend of the year right here at the Seasonal Shop. This Black Friday, everything Christmas is 30% off. Women's clothing is 20% off. You can get an extra 20% off already low-marked clearance items, and t-shirts are buy one, get one half off. And then this Small Business Saturday, everything Christmas is still 20% off, and there's an extra 20% off all clearance items, all with layaway and curbside delivery. Only this weekend and only at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. If this doesn't get your motor running, you need a new motor. JJ's Burgers and Beer is now serving breakfast and burgers. 99-cent breakfast sandwiches, BLTs, platters starting at $3.99 with sausage, bacon, chicken, pork tenderloin, or bologna. Oh my goodness. And it's all just as over-the-top tasty as their gourmet-style burgers, wings, and pizza. And you can have it all, breakfast or lunch, anytime, Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. That's breakfast and lunch all day. Dine in, drive through, and fuel up your other motor before you leave. JJ's Burgers and Beer at Speedy's in Sagersville. Now let's go to Montgomery County Board of Education coverage, wrapping up last Thursday's meeting. As I prefaced last night's report, there is still an ongoing search for a new Montgomery County School Superintendent. That will last until next Monday. That is when the job posting expires, and that is when the screening committee, I'm told, is expected to present the board with their recommendations for a new superintendent of Montgomery County Schools. We'll keep you up to date. Other portions of the meeting that we'll wrap up coverage with tonight: the auditor's report before the board. A clean bill of health. No findings across the board. And of course, in speaking of audits, especially with local government entities, boards of education, school systems, and the like, no findings is as good as it gets. Going on to other topics, though, that we'll cover tonight, the Director of Pupil Personnel, Justin Bailey, discussed right now we have 2,032 students in the Montgomery County School District, which is actually a slight increase of about 10 students just over last month, with the school's calendar running close to where it should be, with last Thursday marking the 53rd day of school for the year, with 71 days of school in before they're out for the Christmas break, which is a little less than normal. But as with most schools, most all schools, given the pandemic and the current climate we are now in, they are dealing with lower attendance rates, and they are continuing to monitor COVID-19 cases, which as of last Thursday had been down for a couple of days, and which they also have been down for yesterday and today as well.
We've only got 2 days of school, so that'll give us a 5-day sort of extended break there where we're not in the school population. But the kids are going to go home and they're going to have Thanksgiving with family, and there's going to be Thanksgiving events and Black Friday. So, I mean, that may be a concern. So we just got to continue to monitor the numbers every day and just sort of keep an eye on it. But that's sort of where we're at the moment.
Next, let's talk about sports. An update from Athletic Director Neil Nehigh West. They still, I confirmed earlier today, have not set Maroon and White night. They postponed it, of course, due to some high COVID numbers. They are looking, however, at the start of the basketball season, which is actually next week. The girls tip off, I think, here at home Monday night. And as West was telling everyone in attendance at the meeting on Thursday, you won't be able to buy tickets online as they have done over the past year or two, primarily because there was an extra cost that was being passed on to anyone who bought a ticket. That money didn't go to the school system either, so you'll be able to purchase tickets at the door as usual. Reserved seating will be sold as usual. While football is still something that we're talking about, right before my computer problem started a couple of weeks ago, one of the reports that I had ready to air, or at least was working on, was sitting down with head coach Chris Gamble of the Montgomery County High School football team, who had announced to his players at the end of the season that for health reasons he was going to be resigning that post. And that was a heartbreaker for him, I know personally. As for who will refill or fill that position, there appears to be a number of individuals who would like to have it.
We posted a football job. I don't know if you guys know it, our football coach resigned. Our football posting will be up December 4th. Right now we have 9 applications that's applied for the job. Some in the county, out of the county, from Pikeville to Carter County. Got a call coming to the board meeting tonight from a coach from Moorhead. But I just told them to put their applications in. We'll put a committee together. We'll go through them, interview, and we will try to have a coach in place by January.
I've got COVID and some other news, perhaps coming in just a few moments, and we'll get to that after some Christmas happenings on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. First, from our friends at the Water and Wine Food Pantry at the Lakefront Church of God, they will be open tomorrow, 9 till noon. Remember, the parking lot closes at 11:30. If you've already gotten a pantry food box this month, you can't get another one. It is one per month. They wish to thank you and hope to see you tomorrow. Rumpke will be collecting garbage this Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, but they will be running extra early to get home and have some time spent and hopefully a wonderful meal with their family. So keep that in mind and get it out extra early. The night before will be a good idea. So glad to hear Candy Cane Lane is open Thanksgiving night and all the way through Christmas, 6 to 10 nightly at the Gardner Farm. I'm making a trip down there this year. Santa's not going to be there, but the mailbox is there to take your letters to Santa, kids. And if you put a return address on it, odds are you're going to get one back. That's my understanding. A little elf told me today. And remember the Christmas parade and celebration Saturday, December the 4th. If you wanted to learn more about being a part of it in any way, call any of those people on the bottom of your screen. And when you want anyone to know what you've got planned or a birthday or anniversary that you want made known or to honor someone with, tell me, and I'll tell everyone else about it. From there, we'll go on to obituaries brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. A reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 for 80-year-old Norman Bailey of Royalton. He passed away Saturday at his home, survived by his sister Mary Joseph and a host of family and friends. Services tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services will start tomorrow at 1 for Ethel Mae Slusher Clemens, 87, of Sagersville. She passed away on Monday, survived by her daughters Shirley Howard and Charlotte Wilson, and son Clinton Bailey, brothers Dud and Marvin and Lloyd Slusher, and sisters Jessie Bell Mullins, Sadie Wireman, and Beulah Salyer. She was preceded in death by her husband George, and a son, Charlie Bailey. Services tomorrow, at 11 in the morning. I have one on your screen, 11 in the morning from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Genevieve Blue King Salyer, 76, of Sayersville, passed away Monday at her home, survived by her husband Thomas Edward Salyer, sons Philip Anthony, Jamie Thomas, and Scotty Ray Salyer, daughter Patricia Ann Rice, sisters Phyllis King Burchett, Rose Ward, and Brenda Salyer, and a stepbrother Ochel Kimbler, and 5 granddaughters and a great-grandson. Services start Thursday morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 66-year-old Sylvia Joseph of Sayersville passed away Monday, survived by sons Terry Joseph, Cody Slusher, and Corey Slusher, daughter Tammy Gunter, 3 brothers, and 2 sisters. She was preceded in death by her husband Teddy. Services Thursday at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And I'm told arrangements still being made at this hour for 58-year-old John Wiley Bailey of Cynthiana, who passed away on Saturday, as well as arrangements incomplete at this time for 69-year-old Timothy Lindsay of Twin Lick Road, who passed away Monday at his home. It's all right. We know there's going to be a lot of boxes open between now and Christmas. It's all right because we know what one of your favorites is going to be. Sure, it's here year-round, but for some reason, pot pies seem to taste a little bit better this time of year. Get one now at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Nostalgic or historic or whatever you want to call that feeling you get when you walk in and sit down at the counter and get a scoop of ice cream or a hot dog with sauce while your hometown pharmacist gets your prescriptions ready. Whatever it is, it's still here at Fraser's Prater Drug. Only better, with everything from Jelly Bellies to fresh popcorn to hot and cold gourmet coffees, even hot fudge cakes and banana splits. Fraser's Prater Drug hasn't forgot how important the little things in life are, and they don't want you to either. Stop and see them. They're just a couple of doors down from another Sayersville gym, the Seasonal Shop. Seasons are changing. Don't get caught in the cold. Call McGoffin County Heating and Cooling now. They have super affordable rates. They service all brands. They are a certified Platinum American Standard dealer and installer, and available with 24-hour service at 349-1058.
The team at Appalachian Wireless wants to say thank you as they kick off the holidays with a special event, the Appalachian Wireless 30th Anniversary Holiday Sale. Appalachian Wireless is celebrating 30 years, and we want to say thank you with a holiday sale that will make everyone's holiday merry and bright. From now till the end of the year, visit us in-store or reserve online for an unbelievable sale and giveaway. We know what you want for the holidays because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Call the pros. All Pro Gutter Works specializes in seamless gutters, vinyl siding, metal roofing, replacement doors and windows, remodeling or adding on to your home with free and fair estimates backed by decades of happy and return customers with guaranteed satisfaction and 18 months 0% financing. All Pro Gutter Works. 349-9999. Not all, but a lot of numbers locally and statewide are continuing to rise. As I said, not all, but many. New cases today for Tuesday of this week. 9 new cases today. We'll look at your top left of your screen. Saturday we had 7, Sunday 6, and Monday 6 and 9 today. Pretty consistent average there. Still less than 114 cases that we had for all of last week as we look again over to the top right of your screen. 114 cases last week in McGoffin County. The week before that, way less than half. So active cases today again totaled 9. One of those was in a child or student. Our number of hospitalized has gone up by 1 today. We had 2 yesterday. We have 3 McGoffin Countyans in the hospital at this time. I do not believe any of them are on ventilator, at least that I am aware of. Of those 9 today, one of those was considered a breakthrough in an individual who was fully vaccinated. Our total active cases today has gone down. We had 102 active cases yesterday. That number is down to 94 today for McGoffin County. Going on over to our state incident rate map. Yesterday we had 81 counties in the red, which means we had 39 that indeed were not. And as soon as the graphic catches up, you'll see that numbers have gone up for red counties. 81 yesterday. By my math today, 86. It's much easier to count the counties not in the red than it is the ones in the red. So 86 counties in the red today, 34 which are not. Robertson County is still the highest in the state of Kentucky as it was yesterday, and McGoffin County is still the second highest. Big gap between the two. Robertson at 135, McGoffin at right at 80. A few close to McGoffin: Cumberland 77, Bourbon 75, Carroll 72, and the rest of them fall down quite a bit from there. McGoffin County, as you see, surrounded by our neighbors, some of which have seen increasing incident numbers go up, some of which are going down, but almost, well, at least half of our neighbors certainly in the red or critical area. Statewide numbers today, 2,142 cases. That number has climbed. Another highest day, I think, for the past several weeks for Kentucky as a whole. The number of deaths come in at 53 today. 53 new deaths. Positivity rate continues to climb as well at 6.77%. I think 4,000, a little more than 4,000 new vaccines in Kentucky in the last 24 hours. Now let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RACC and Your News Today 7-day, where in that, of course, right in the middle, close to, we have the Thanksgiving holiday. Another cold one tonight. Back down to the teens will go. Clear skies and a calm wind, thank goodness. But 18 degrees is going to be cold tonight. Cold in the morning. Another hard frost you'll have to thaw out before you can move in the morning. But look what is around the corner. That's a warm-up in my book. We'll hit about 55 sunny degrees tomorrow. And, of course, tomorrow's the biggest travel day of the year. Please, everyone, be safe if you're traveling. We so hope this is as safe and as much of a joyous Thanksgiving as it can be for everyone. And glad to say tomorrow night's low is out of the teens, upper 20s, close to 30, around 29 degrees or so. Sunny tomorrow day, partly cloudy tomorrow night. Really nice Wednesday. Thanksgiving, though, is when that front comes in, I'm sad to say. Right now, the timing, though, looks to be about half and half. We'll see 54 degrees. We'll see clouds increase. And right now, showers still look to be mainly after 4 o'clock Thanksgiving Day. That's either nap time or dinner time or both. I'm not sure for you or myself. Mostly cloudy winds out of the southwest. You're going to notice those anywhere up to 18 miles per hour as well. We're talking about a 1/10 of an inch during the day, and it may be another slight chance of some rain to another 1/10 of an inch that night. But I think there's going to be some precipitation around long enough to where you might see some flakes before your Thanksgiving is over. Just enough to count. And if you can count them, it's not a whole lot. Cold front leaves us with 39, mostly sunny on your Friday. And for your Saturday and your Thanksgiving weekend, cooler air prevails. Consistent at that, too. 47, mostly sunny. A little lingering precip, which means a 20% chance of rain or a few flakes on your Saturday. Sunday, 47, mostly sunny. Monday, 47, mostly sunny. Tuesday, a bit warmer, 49 and mostly sunny. So, that is definitely a consistent run weekend and in the first couple of days of next week, and not too bad of a forecast either, considering we could be, waking up to an 18-degree day like we're going to tomorrow, but that's beside the point. And that'll do it for this evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow night, squeezing as much information and news and a little entertainment maybe into a half hour as I possibly can. Good night. Stay warm. See you then.